I'm David Little, and this is the time of year that you ever remember what it's like going back to school after coming from summer vacation? It's kind of like that feeling you get when you walk underneath a row of birds on a telephone line, and you're walking under and you're looking up, and it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when you're going to get rained on with crap, you know. I grew up, my dad was in the Air Force, so we were always moving around, changing schools, and so I was always the guy that was on display. Class, we have a new guy in school. His name is David Little. And I was very tall for my age. I grew up really quick. In elementary school, I'm about the same height I am right now. You ever have anybody make fun of your name? You know, and especially like corny stuff. My name is David Little, so I was tall for my age, and so I would hear these people thought they were being really original. They come up and they say, "You're not little, you're big." And they just thought it was a funny. I go, you know, I never heard that before. That's hilarious. You know, as a little kid, you just take your lumps. But second grade, you know, we were poor. You come back and you have to do show and tell and talk about what you did over the summer. And some people are like, oh, I went to Europe and we went here. You know, I had a rock collection. You know, I collected rocks in the back of my yard. I told them, and it wasn't really rocks, it was like concrete. But I told them it was fragments of a meteor. So they would go, ooh. So just exaggerate a little bit. So if you remember what it's like to be in second grade, I'm going way back here. Elementary school, second grade. We lived in Mount Holly, New Jersey. My dad was in the Air Force. And we moved, Jersey in the house, okay. And we moved 3,000 miles away to Compton, California. And that was a little bit of a culture shock for me because I had an East Coast accent. I had a foreign accent. So I moved from the East Coast to the West Coast. So I talked like, remember how Mike Tyson used to talk? Really proper and really, you know, they would go, wow, you talk funny. You know, you talk really proper. So people want to test you. They want to challenge you. So I had, you know how bullies are? So I got tested. They wanted to test me, and I defended myself, and I had to like stay in the house for like a couple of weeks because the guy that I actually hit back and defended myself, he had relatives, and but they eventually got me. They got me back. They got me back. I realized I didn't like mashed potatoes as much as I used to because they got me and pinned me down and smashed rotten mashed potato in my face. You know, yeah, they kind of got me. But I didn't feel that bad because who I really felt sorry for, I felt sorry for this kid whose his mom was a single mom, and she was like a linebacker, and she'd probably take about half you guys here in the room. You know, she was here, she'd probably say, I have no fear. I got no man. I got no typhus. She was tough. She was really tough. She was so tough that she wanted to get her son hard. Her son was about 12 years old, and she wanted her son to be able to defend himself against the neighborhood bully, like I did, you know. And so she said, if you don't beat him up, I'm going to beat you up. So you know what happened? They both beat him up. He got beat up by the neighborhood bully, and he went back home and his mom beat him up. So go figure. I was glad I wasn't, yeah. Anyway, tough neighborhood. So so from second grade, Compton, California, we moved to another neighborhood in Los Angeles called the Jungle. And it's kind of like if you saw Training Day, that was the neighborhood that Denzel got like shot up in the end and stuff like that. The Jungle, Los Angeles, California. So we moved there, and I was in the fourth grade. And there was this route that I would walk to school, and there was these older kids that would grab the younger kids by the throat, slap them, take their lunch money, everything. So I learned really quick back then to like walk on the opposite side of the street. And I mastered an ancient art form, self-defense form. It's called run. Run. And people be like, where did David go? David's gone. David's been gone. My hello greeting. I said good morning to a lady this morning at work, And she looked at me like, you know, Shelby. I went, wait a minute, what? You know what I'm saying? And then I started thinking about it. You ever have people like in the morning that you greet that they're like they're like really down, they're like really, oh man, I feel horrible. You know, I lost my job, I lost my woman. Yeah, it's 2012, it's gonna be the end of the world as we know it, man. Just, you know, some people, it's like, whoa, you back up. And then some people are the other extreme. Say good morning, you're like, good morning! How you doing? Better than I deserve! You know, obviously you have some alcohol with your breakfast. I'm glad I'm not in a relationship. I used to be in a relationship and it used to be difficult because I get headaches, you know. You know what I'm talking about, fellas? When you like try to stretch your eyeballs to see that pretty girl over there and you're like, head shaking, your eyes are and your woman there is with you, you know, girlfriend, wife, significant other, she's watching you. She's watching to see if you're looking, right? You know, she sees that hot chick too, just like you do. She's looking at you to see your reaction, so you gotta act like you're nonchalant, you know, with her cat. But I would always get caught, you know. Ha! I caught you looking at her, huh? Huh? Is that what you want? Oh, baby, no. I like the way the rolls on your body wobbly. It's kind of sexy. So anyway, that's why I'm kind of by myself. Also kind of easier when you're poor like I am to be by yourself because you don't have anybody there reminding you. You know, when you got somebody else there, your significant other, you know, she's from, you know, what am I going to get for my birthday? Nothing. I say, honey, you know what? You know, I'm going to get your birthday suit. You know, the one you got on. She said, well, which one? I said, the one you got on. If it's just right. You know, after I get swiped. Oh, out at club one night, and this lady, she gave me something. No, not an STD, not a drink, not a phone number or anything like that. You want to see what she gave me? Yeah, sure. I was in the club dancing. She gave this to me. She gave this to me. The love life of a comedian is funny. You know, I started having an imaginary conversation with, I don't know how to give it a name, but I tried to process this, you know. Why would she give me something like this when, you know, come on guys, you know what we think about, right? You know how we're wired. You know, so I'm thinking, you know, so I started, you know, no, I'm not gay. Nothing wrong with being gay, I'm just not gay. What? No, I'm not into teddy bear sex either. Okay, I think you served your purpose tonight. That's it, thank you. True story though. Anybody have a funny love life too? I have a show, it's called David Little Short Laughs. I interview people downtown. I do street comedy and I ask folks, you got a funny joke or story? There were two ladies and I asked them, you know, what is it that turns you on about guys? You know, what is it? You know, so they mentioned three things. One of them they said was that, well, you can't live with your mom. That's a turn off. The other thing they said, you got to have a car. And the other thing they said was that you got to be tall. I'm not tall. I don't have a car. But I do have one thing that's true. Mom, I love you, but next Mother's Day you're going to have to move out, okay? I love you, Mom. But, you know. All right. Well, anybody kind of psyched out like I am with the climate change? I try to figure out the weather. I never know how to dress for the weather. You know, I don't have a vehicle. I'm a public transportation guy. Anybody else feel me on that? Yeah. Or you guys the ones that pass by and go, look at that guy. You know, people always do that. You know, they pass by you and they go, yeah, I saw you. Well, why didn't you offer me a ride? You know, they just keep going. Been there, done that. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I I try to be prepared for everything. So I end up carrying stuff in my bags, and I end up carrying like bigger bags. And ladies, I love you. I love you, ladies. But that's just not an attractive thing for guys to like walk around with big bags, right? You know, I mean, the only ladies that I get, you know, attracted to that is like the bag lady, for me. Hi, David. Hey, I got extra roll of toilet paper. Can you use that? Oh, I'm sorry, it's used already. Oh. I love you. Anyway, the whole thing with this climate change in 2012, anybody into that vibe? You think something might happen? I don't know, we're getting closer and closer to that date. You know, I always hear these advertisements, they say, you know, buy gold, and I can't afford gold. I'm hoarding water. Yeah, I got water in my refrigerator, you know, because true story, the water was contaminated here on the west side for a little bit. And, you know, you had to boil it, everything like that. I'm hoarding water in my refrigerator, you know, and making it look like it's full. So, you know, when people start, you know, something happens and, you know, we need to tap into the water, people start drinking their urine, they're going to be like, hey, David, I said, no, you were laughing at me. You were laughing at me. You bought the gold, right? You keep your gold. I'm going to drink my fresh water. Thank you very much. Cheers. Yeah. No. So, I'm not a good swimmer. Anybody like a swimmer? Good swimmer? Yeah. They've had all these predictions about an earthquake. Earthquake here in this country. They're talking about a 9-point something that will last several minutes long, like at least 5 minutes long. Kind of scary. It was in the paper. It was in the Tribune like last week. I read that and wait, what? So what am I going to do? You know, I'm not a good swimmer, so what am I going to do? I'm going to look around, and the nearest people, I'm going to look around and grab them for flotation devices. Actually, some of you guys look like pretty good flotation devices. If we had that tsunami come in, you know, I'd have to grab, you know, somebody has to live to tell the story about what happened. You know, it might as well be me. I'll tell you a story. Especially the people that said they were swimmers, so, right? No. Oh, by applause. Is everybody getting enough? Okay, it's a cerebral thing. We don't even have to say what it is. You get it? You getting it? He said what? Obviously, he's not getting enough. He don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not getting enough. I'll fill in the blank for you. I'll fill in the blank. Yeah, I've been. Anybody here single? Single people. Let's hear it. No, let's hear by applause. Married people, let's hear applause. Okay. I've been married and I've been single. I'm single now, but and I don't get enough either way. But let me tell you the difference. Single, I don't get enough. I made dinner for this lady and I did everything. I did, you know, a whole 9 yards and everything like that. End of the night, kiss, good night. What do you mean, kid? What do you mean, good night? I need some. I'm not getting enough.
Well, then
You know,
skip the dinner.
I got that hug. I got that hug where, you know, I couldn't even find the lips. You know, she would reach out for the hug, and I'm like, okay, you know, something started to happen. You know, the head turned all the way over, you know, and it's just like, you know, and I'm just like, my lips are like, they're big, but they're not that big to stretch and wrap around and get your lip. I'm like, you know, that's all that happened. You guys ever do? You take a lady out and you think something's gonna happen, and nothing happens. Same thing happens when you're married. Now, okay, I've been married and not married. You get more sex when you're married. That's true. I saw statistics, and you know that's been my experience. It's just it's there, but you got to negotiate. You got to work harder. You know, foreplay is like foreplay to the 10th power. You got to like work hard. You know, because usually what I find is that, you know, it comes down to, you know, okay, honey, yeah, but you got to help with the chores. And here's a honey-do list. And you're like, oh my God. You start checking off the list, and by the time it's the end of the night, time for that moment, you're like, I'm tired. They say, experts say that we're supposed to be getting like 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Did you get 7 to 8 hours of sleep? I don't know anybody that gets 7 to 8 hours of sleep. I think we're just sleep deprived. Sleep deprived. Any snorers in the house? Anybody snore? In the audience? Yeah. If you're not sure, do what I do. I check your rib cage, because whoever you've been sleeping with has been banging them with their elbow, and you got some bruises around your rib cage. That means you're a snorer. Yeah. You ever sleep with a snorer? Snorers can be. I was sleeping one time, and I was just like, I was like nodding off, and I was like, I woke myself up. I was snoring so loud. I couldn't believe that. That happens. You're waking yourself up snoring. And I had, one time I had a girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, sleeping in bed. All of a sudden I hear boom, I hear this sonic boom, I was like, what is that, And then I look up and raise the covers, and I find that she had farted. And like the vapors of that fart, you know how those potent ones are like under the covers? They just like, the vapors just knocked me out. And I just fell back to sleep. I didn't know what happened after that. Yeah. You don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. You know those undercover farts. Those are mean. They'll take you out, take you under. I had another time, an ex-girlfriend, I was sleeping, and I just like, I woke up because I was out of air, and I knew she was probably putting a pillow over my face trying to shut me up because I was so loud, And I woke up one time and I had a girlfriend, she was like looking at me like she wanted to kill me. I had to end that relationship. I want to die awake. I want to see something coming. I don't want to die in my sleep. Where you ever sleep with your mouth open, fall asleep, and your mouth is open. And you wake up, and I know if you're like me, sometimes fellas, you've seen your lady fall asleep with her mouth open, and you've been tempted to do, how should I say, sensual things with your woman's mouth open. Don't do it. You know why? Don't do it. You know why? It's called teeth. Teeth. It hurts. You end up walking with a limp. Anybody drool in their sleep? Any droolers? Yeah? You know how you can tell when you drool in your sleep, you wake up, pillows all pasted against your face. You don't even have to shave. You just pull that thing off. Just peel it off. Drooling. And you wake up with a really dry mouth. Not fun. This is the time of year that hurricanes happen, and they say we're going to have about, in the United States, about 6 to 10 hurricanes. And I thought it would be ironic to, what if we had celebrity hurricanes? What kind of death and destruction would they cause? Let's wonder together. Hurricane OJ. Hurricane OJ kind of blows you in the wind, kind of slices and dices you, kind of carries you through the danger zone, and then right when you think you're home free, spikes you to your death like a touchdown, like a football. Okay, OJ. Hurricane Paris Hilton. Hurricane Paris Hilton would be a white cloud, and it would just, for some reason, it would just go up your nostril. Hurricane Paris Hilton. Pick your way, how you want to die. Celebrity hurricanes here we're talking about. Use your imagination. Let that buzz kick in and take you away. Celebrity hurricanes. Celebrity hurricanes. Hurricane Octomom. Hurricane Octomom would be a big mama hurricane, would do its damage. And then there would be like 8 baby hurricanes that change your life forever. Hurricane Arnold Schwarzenegger. You would not be a big muscular hurricane. Would not be a girly hurricane. Would be a womanizing hurricane with womanizing winds. Go all up your legs and up your dress and whatever and rope you with the wind. And of course, it would be Bach. That's from California. Okay. Hurricane Ike Turner and Hurricane Chris Brown. They work as a team. They would be terrorizing women, especially those in bad relationships. Especially if your name is Tina or Rihanna. Hurricane Ike and Hurricane Chris Brown. Some of the hurricanes we have. Hurricane Sarah Palin. Hurricane Sarah Palin would be a good-looking hurricane. You have a nice curve and everything. You try to be a hurricane chaser. You would be following it with your camcorder and everything, and you'd be laughing so hard because it'd be hard taking it seriously. But just before she'd kill you, she quit. Not enough publicity. Hurricane Donald Trump. Huge hurricane. Well, it's full of a lot of hot air, actually. Would blow you around, would scare you to death by threatening to fire you, terminating you before you even hire. And would definitely leave your hair looking like a hairy orange tumbleweed that you would never want to be seen again in public. Celebrity hurricanes, folks. I'm David Little. Thank you for listening. I love you. Thank you.